Good evening and welcome to Foundry. It is 5:30 in the morning. It is light out. That is because I have turned off the day-night cycle to make life a little bit better for YouTube. You can, if you hold down Alt and press U, you can turn off and on your UI for screenshots. You can turn on and off the day-night cycle. It doesn't stop time. It just freezes the sun and the sky where you are. So if I untick this now, it will suddenly become 6 AM. So bloop, it is now 6 AM. See, the time is in the top left, and that. So if we wait for the sun to come up again and then pause time, the sun will stay in whatever location it's in when you pause time. So we'll do that because nighttime is dark on YouTube, shall we say? So yeah. However, I was waiting for the research to finish, and as you can see, we have a problem. I don't know what the problem is, or let me rephrase that. I know what the problem is: no power. I don't know why we have no power though. It should be running on ignium, which should be permanent. So I don't quite know. Let's go and have a look see. Because I was waiting for mining drill to finish to start doing the transport bot assembly and shipping. So the mines have stopped. Why did the mines stop? Why would this have... You have no power. You have no power because that's the power down, and I removed this when I took out the science. That's why. I was like, why is that there and no longer connected? I removed it when I removed the science from here. So that's my bad. I don't have any fuels. That's okay. We can kickstart the power gen by doing that. Take off this block here. That disconnects the whole base. And we just literally go, boom, dump 24 in there. That should be enough to kickstart this going here. Goes back to there. There's the ignium coming up. Never did put a light down here, did I? Machine inventory is full. That's okay, so that'll output and it'll be fine. And then they'll all get their resources, and once all three of them have resources, I can reconnect this, which I've just done anyway, and then the base will return to power. But there you go. Everything is on. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And mining drill speed has done. So let's get the transport bots going. And whilst we're doing that, we want to build another building because we want to have conveyor belts being made in a building for us, and the next bit we want loaders being made as well, and balancers. So conveyor belts, conveyor slopes and balancers all in one machine. They all require different things, but we can figure that out. And then these are going to be there. There is a third loader which uses exactly the same resources, and more of them, but uses the same resources, so we just need that doing there. So let's pick where we're going to go. What I want to do is make sure that the inputs are in the front left corner of the building. So if we do them here, the building will go that way, and if we do them over here, the building will go that way. So if we come forward a little bit, let's say that many tiles, and then we do another split which goes that way. You can see these require these require xenofat and machine parts, so they just need electric components, which means Techum has to go in there as well. So okay, so let's mine out some trees in here. That ought to do it. That ought to do it. Right. I need to mine down because I have to have power come in. So how did we do this one? Did we do two? Do one. I did one. I think I want to have under each belt a the power line. So if the power line is sorry, if we have two belts coming in, we have two power lines coming in there. And I have to think, you'll notice I can now middle click on the floor. Not that you know I'm middle clicking, but I can middle click on the floor to select the dirt because I have a mod installed, which is possibly the best mod ever. It's called Long Hair. It's by the fantastic Urkel, and you can hold right click with stuff in your hands, and you can choose if you want to put dirt, put ground, or put surface. So I'm going to put surface down there, and boom, it merges. So it looks the same. It looks the same. Not only does it look the same, when you bring the map up and zoom in, it doesn't put some weird like there. Let me go back here. Hold on. Let me explain a bit better. This is purely an aesthetic thing, and it's purely just for me. So if I come back here, so over here somewhere behind me here is a piece of dirt that isn't dirt. So one of these is dirt that isn't dirt. So I mine out that one and step away. Nope. It might be on the floor. Might be. Oh, there it is. See, it's different color. Look at that. See the different color? You see that? See that's different color there? Right there. Well, if I get rid of that one, no presume, it's still going to show it. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. Okay, maybe I'm losing the point. So let's go ground. Put that down there, and it's no longer a different color. Look, it merges in. It merges in. And if we step away, it's gone. It's gone. I know it doesn't. You can see little dots here and stuff. That it's not a lot, and it's not desperately important. And I know it's not desperately important, but it's an aesthetic choice. So I can do that. I can then pick surface, and then I can build this in here. And rather than it just being the dirt color that's on the ground there, it will become the jungle. Look. And it works for grass, it works for snow, it works for everything. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. I don't know why it's not in the base game. Maybe not the mod to actually pick which one you want, but why dirt you place down doesn't take on the aspect of whatever you're putting there. So if you put it in a jungle biome, it should take on the jungle biome flooring. So, but anyway, that's my TED talk. So let's go back to building. So I want to make this 3 wide as well, this power connector here. Kind of. We might abandon the power connector at some point. Now I think about it, because if we're going to run power poles down and every building's going to have its own individual power input, we don't need this. But I then need to change the size of this, because the big power poles are too wide. So we'll figure that out later. We'll figure that one out later. So I want to put in a one of these, like this, and one of these. But I want to go up. Get a splitter. Hold on, am I? No, this wants to be on the other side, so I can't. Put it there and then put one on top. Get rid of that one. Okay. Then you want to come down. Then you will go this way. I'm not happy with putting them that close together. I'm going to be honest, I'm not happy with doing that. I'll figure out a better way of doing that later. I'm not happy because I don't have access to the switch. I'm not a fan of doing that. Maybe I want to bring it in here. So let's say we want to have a downward here. You would have a straight going that way. go there. You go there. There we go. What about that? You know, I probably want to be doing that, which means I want to flip these over, don't we? We want to rebuild that anyway once we get tech tier 2. So that this just needs to be doing later. That's fine. But somebody remind me we've got to do that. Somebody remind me we've got to do that. Okay, and if you can chime in and remind me before I actually record the episode, which I'd be impressed and concerned that you knew I was about to record it, that we need to change that up. So okay. I said I wanted 2 in there because of that, and then I just realized that we're going to probably get rid of this and run everything on the high voltage, so I don't want 2 in there. I don't want 1 in there. So okay, and we want to go, I don't know how many we went, but we're going to go up to the edge of this tree. Where is the edge of this tree? The edge of this tree is here. So we're going to go yeah, not enough building blocks. Yowza. We need building blocks as well on the bus. Why am I under that? Does the tree collapse? No, it doesn't. Awesome. So we're right next to the tree. That's fine. Okay. Arbitrary sizes. There you go. Boom. Then we can put a wall in there going up, which we will do, but we'll do that once we get aesthetics going. Right. Okay. So. Let's go and see what sizes we need for things. So I should have planned this out beforehand, and then we can dig around it. What I should do is I should put down all the assemblers and stuff that I need, and dig around it that way. That would have made life a lot easier. Did not do that, so yeah. Right. Grab some stuff off the. I need to get some more things there. So we have researched the transport thing, which is nice. We have to do that. Yeah. So let's get some decor going, shall we? So we can, yeah, we can start doing basic shapes for buildings and things. Not that I want to do that yet. So yeah. Also, what I should have done as well is I should have checked the time, the ladder, and I should wait till about midday or 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock seems to be overhead sun, and then pause the game there so the sun's directly down on us to make life nicer. Because this is still, I mean, it's not dark to me, and it's probably a lot of you will go, oh, it's fine, it's not dark, it's fine, it's not a problem. But the lighter I can make it, the less YouTube does weird compression stuff, and the better just everything generally is. So. Yeah, but I missed that. It's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. Somebody set an alarm for about midday. Change the time up to. Right. Okay. So let me make some assemblies here. So what do we want to do? What do we want to do? I've got loads more. I should store the biomass in a box somewhere, shouldn't I? Let's make a box as well. Just in case the power does something wrong again, we can always dump stuff into it there. Let's. Right. So. Do that in a bit. So that's the closest I want to go, but I want to make sure I go at least sort of east to there. The building would have to be bigger than this. Maybe. Yeah. So what do we need to make these? So we want xenopower parts and machine parts. You want machinery parts, and you want machinery parts. So we're going to want machinery parts. Okay. So that means you are going to do machinery parts. That just makes sense. You make 40 machinery parts a minute. Okay. You actually, let's just set you to machinery parts. I need to dig out the floor here. Hang on, let me dig out some more floor. Okay, there we go. That's put in there. Right, so we need to have 1, 2, 3, maybe even more here. We'll see how it goes. They're going to have to be set up differently. So you want xenofabric plates and machine parts. That's fine. You are going to want 20 machine parts, okay? You want a conveyor and machine parts. You want 40 machine parts, which is a whole machine and 80 conveyors. You only create 40 conveyors. It's not good. And then you want 80 machine parts and 80 conveyors. With that. Now, these do not have to be run at full speed by any stretch of the imagination. We can have one machine for each, and we just have to wait a little bit of time for it to fill up. Okay, that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. So, yeah. Did I turn the date? Oh, I left the day night cycle on, didn't I? Ha 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 ha. Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll pause it there. It's fine. It's dusk. It's fine. So I was going to say, why is the cloud turning red? Weird. Yeah, so, yeah, but these do that, but we do need machine parts as well. So we need another one of these making machine parts, making that. We also need more making machine parts and things from that. We could run this like this. We could have one doing machine parts here, machinery parts, which feeds into this machine, and then feeds into this machine, then feeds into that machine, and it just means that we get less and less as we go down. So we have to wait for longer for things to happen, which would be just awkward, not terrible, just a bit slow. I also need to make sure we have a way to get them out and into boxes that we can get access to. So I want to be able to come down here somewhere, walk down here either side of this, and go, hey, there's a box with the stuff I want to grab. I don't want to be jumping on top of belts all the time. I don't want to be doing this. This is not ideal. We don't want to be doing this. So that means this needs to be bigger or longer. I think, I'm not sure. We need one more machine in here anyway. So we need another assembler, which can't go on the end because there isn't enough space for it and there isn't enough power for it there. But that needs to be making electronic components. So let me see how I want to do this. I also need to dig out some more floor and make some more flooring because I don't have many more flooring going on here. So let me dig out a space and see if I can get a layout, and I'll come back and kind of go over it. So I think I have got this correct. Hopefully. Let me plug this in and see if it works or not. I'm honestly not happy with this. Honestly not happy with this. It will have to be rebuilt, but it needs I think I need Mark 3 conveyors. Mark 3 loaders. That's the one. I need level 3 loaders. Oh, these are, hang on. How are you working? You are there, yeah. Yeah, well, I think I need level 3 loaders, third lane loaders, in order to get the whole thing to work properly, because the layout just isn't very good. It's not expandable in any way, shape or form when we come to making Mach 2 belts or something, so I think yeah, we'll revisit this. We will definitely revisit this and make it bigger, change it up, and so on and so forth. But okay, so let me show you what's happening now. So I have to do the floor there. So the plates and the Techum come in. The Techum goes over the top because I did the wrong order there. But yeah, the plates go into this factory, and this factory. Sorry, the two first. So it goes into this one making machinery parts, and it also goes into here making the conveyor belts. Now, this needs to be an output. It doesn't. The zero fabric plates don't need to go anywhere else at all, so that's fine. Then the belts come out of here. They go to this splitter. They are split evenly between the storage and these two here. So you are going to want 80 at a time. So that means we're going to have to wait for the slopes to finish building before we're going to get any balancers, because the balancers they want the belts and they're not going to get any belts because we're not making the belts fast enough for that. So, but that's okay. That's okay. once this fills up, the whole system will back up anyway, and it'll be fine. I'm limiting this to just one stack in here and just one stack in here because I don't really feel like I'm going to need more than that in one go. Like I can come and grab some things. I have just been continuing with the research. We can just come and grab a whole stack, and then the whole system will kick in again and start running. 25 at a go for either of those should be fine, but we are doing a full box of this. We need them. So, yeah, that happens there. And then round the back here, the machining parts come out onto the second lane and run along to here, to here, to here, to this one. So the machining parts has to go to all three of those, which is fine. And then over here, the techum comes in, becomes wire becomes electronic components. Electronic components go straight out here, boom, into here. So it's fine. When we come to level 2 belts, they require level 1 belts, and level 2 slopes require level 2 slopes, and level 1 slopes, and level 2 balancers require level 1 balancers. So we need to expand this, but it's kind of knitted together. What I need to do is I need to have a lot more space, which is not the premium. Space is infinite, basically, so we don't have to worry about that. But the problem is more. I need the third lane, so that instead of having some outputs at the back, I can on the front, I can put them in the back, which makes life easier. I should also have turned all these machines around, because trying to remember what plugs in where, when, and how. I should turn them around. They all should face the center to make life easier. But it's working. That'll do. It is working. This will fill to 50. Sorry, this is 50. I think these only stack to 25. Doesn't tell me how many they stack to, but yeah. So, but it will eventually back up and fill up and do all the things it needs to do. There is a hole there, isn't there? Fixed. And there we go. Okay. So that took a lot longer than I would have liked, because I was trying to cram everything into a small space. And I need to get out of that head thing. Space is not a premium. Space is fantastic. We have loads of it, so I don't have to worry about making sure everything is crammed in together. Also not particularly happy about how these belts come in here, because I'm thinking of expansion. I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to expand these out. I think maybe... we're going to have to go... I'm not sure. I'm just not sure how we're going to expand these out yet. I haven't figured that out yet. So, but anyway, that is doing its thing, which is awesome. So this will start running and doing its thing. This is not making enough machine parts for the whole thing. I'd like to balance that so that at least every machine can run at once. So you balance the whole thing based on the final machine. So we come here and we go, okay, so we need 80, we need 160 belts. So I should be making 160 belts. So I should have 4 of these, and then you figure out exactly how many machines you need to make whatever the final component is, and then you build the factory to that size. So it's only one assembler making it, so these should be making 20 a minute, which is well enough, but it would still be nice to do, especially with as I said, space is not a premium, but it's working. So let's leave that there. Let's just walk away from that and pretend it's not there, and let's see what BB wants.
Are you feeling a little spooked when it's dark? No worries, BB. We can create some light poles to brighten up our nights.
Awesome. BB would like 5 light poles. We can do that, BB. We can do that. Even though it is perpetual day, we can do that. So if we go and do either of these ones here, light bulb. So I'm going to right click and just make 5 of them. Let's research the next thing here. Signs, go. We'll put down 5 cubes for that. 5 lights for that. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but somewhere. Yeah. Just you know when you do something and you're just not happy with it. It's fine. It's working. It's doing the thing, but you're just not happy with it. That is exactly what I'm feeling here. I am 100% feeling unhappy with this. But I know we have to come back and revisit it anyway, so that's fine. Same as this. This needs to come back and revisit it, but that's fine. That's fine. So, how about we turn this on here, boom, and we go and buy ourselves a spaceship. Buy a spaceship. So we can only buy the small cargo ship right now, which has a 1,000 kilogram capacity. We have that there. It's currently assigned to nothing. I'm going to assign it to planetary shipping. You click the arrow here. That means that this cargo ship will be going from the planet to the space station and back again. That's all its job. It also will go from the station to the planet and back again. It will planetary shipping basically means between the two. So from station down or planet up. So that's fine. We want to build a shipping pad, which is one of these, which I need way more xenoferrite plates for. Let's yank more of those. Yank more of those. I should really also rebuild this with the boxes here to do that. So we're going to go basically this way with the bus, I think. Over here. Well, not the bus. We're going to have it here and have all the buildings come out of it here. As and when they do. I would probably want more smelters, and I should do things here. I might remake some stuff off camera. Oh yes, so this is different dirt here. Let's get rid of this. See, it says dirt. We've picked up dirt, not jungle dirt. So we want the jungle dirt. So I want to say ground. Put that in there. Then we bring the camera up, and it's gone. Oh, amazing. The ladder. Ooh. So yeah. Okay, let's build one of these. And we want to build a factory that is going to make transport bots. Okay? Yeah. However, this factory has a minimum size. And that minimum size is the size of a shipping pad. See there, it says 20 by 13 by 10. So the factory's minimum size is going to be 20 by 10. Ideally, I'd like it to be bigger than that. Slightly, at least 22 by 12. So we've got one gap around the side of all of them. Ideally. So, yeah. Right. So, in that case, there's an unknown resource here, so we should probably not build on top of that. But then it is probably underground. So, let's do. I want to leave space for the. Although I have. The inputs for this may move back over here somewhere because we want to spend this. So let's build on top of that. I'm not fussed about building on top of that because it's underground. The resource is underground. We can dig it out. That's fine. So we shall do that, and we'll research Science Pack Mark 2s. And let me go and pick a spot over here somewhere for making our first transport bots, and then we can make it a little bit of money, shall we? Unfortunately though, looking at the time, that is going to have to wait until the next episode. So next time, transport bots and Science Pack Mark 2s and many other things. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I do hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.